Hi everyone, welcome to the Lightroom. I'm glad that you are here. It's another weekend and hence another video from me. If this is your very first time watching any of my videos, you're at the right place at the right time, and I'm super glad that you finally tuned into this channel. Why don't you go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get notifications every single time I put out a new video, which happens to be every week. Special occasions, and just sometimes I like to spring up a surprise live video which is more interactive, so hit the notification bell so you don't miss any video I put out. Okay, if you followed us long enough, you'll realize that we've been on a love series since the end of January till now, and it's been amazing because we've been able to talk about real issues around love and relationships, things that many people are shy to talk about, things that many people have questions to, but do not know how to ask. So instead of you asking Google, I'm making this video for you, especially if you're a Christian and you would like to make your decisions around the Word of God and what the Word of God says. So that's why I'm making these videos. And some of these topics that I have been doing for the past few weeks are based on some of the questions I received from a newsletter questionnaire I sent out a couple of weeks ago. So today's topic, if you have looked at the thumbnail, you pretty much know today's topic already. But today's topic is on lies you've heard about love, sex, and relationships. There's so many lies. I mean, if I made this entire YouTube channel about the lies you've heard about relationships, we would have videos every week. But that's not the point of this YouTube channel. This is just one of the many topics we get to touch. Point of the Lightroom is to shine God's light on seemingly gray areas that seem laissez-faire, like God doesn't have any say there, or it's just confusing trying to navigate God's will in that particular area. And one big area is in relationships, so hence this video again. All right, so lies you've heard about love, sex, and relationships. Couple of weeks ago, I had a video with my husband. I made a video with my husband. We went live on Instagram and uploaded it here on YouTube. And we talked about how we met, circumstances surrounding our relationship at the time, like when we met. We just talked about different things, and it was very interesting. The feedback from that video has been great. But there was something we were sharing at some point, how a lot of people asked us how we're able to deal with sexual tension in our dating relationship. How can we stay sexually pure in a dating relationship? And it's an important topic to us because of what we believe. We believe in the Word of God, that God would have us sexually pure. And that's not just about not having sex. It's in your thoughts, it's in your words, your actions, your inactions, So we're very passionate about that and helping people as much as we can, sharing our stories, where we learned from and different things like that. And one thing we're banting about is how different Hollywood and the entire movie industry is from real life. And I was giving the example of how, in the movies, you could open up a scene, maybe hopefully you're watching a movie that is not rated 100, because some of these movies are not even rated 21, they're rated 100. But anyway, let's say you're watching a movie where there's a kissing scene and the actors are just so passionate, so bubbly, and then they scatter the whole dining. And let's say on the dining there was a phone, a MacBook, this one, that one. It can never be me, because do you know how much MacBook is? Like the other day, I went to Apple Care to make a repair on my work laptop, and the bill they gave me, before I even went to Apple Care, I was crying because I knew how much they were going to bill me. And that month was trying enough financially because of all the projects I had to do and a couple of needs here and there. So it was just sad knowing that I was carrying myself like a lamb to the slaughter when I was going to Apple Care to fix this device. It was a very, very tiny crack. It was like a scratch. But the bill they gave me was huge. So I was now imagining like all these people in movies. I was just thinking about it. By the time they clear the table like this and all the things shatter, when they are done and their eyes clear, like, who is going to clean the house? Who is going to replace the mark? So let me just tell you, one of the biggest lies that Hollywood or social media tells you about love, sex, and relationships is that it always has to be hot and passionate and uncontrolled. And it's not true. It's not true. Can you have a genuinely passionate relationship, especially in this regard in a marriage? Yes, of course. I strongly believe that by the grace of God, enjoy that. But is it a case where we have to repair MacBooks every week? No. That's one big lie that social media sells you. That's one big lie that Hollywood sells you. They don't show the scenes where they had to clean the house or where they had to fix the several things that they broke. So get rid of the idea that your love life has to be heat every day. There'll be some days that are just there, like nothing special is going on. There is no special events. You guys are not giving each other flowers or doing something out of the ordinary. You guys are just together in the house. Maybe you've never even showered that day. I don't know. People are just together in the house, not doing much. Maybe watching the same series you've been watching over and over again, or just laughing over something mundane. Love also exists in the simple things, right? I even feel it's pretty intimate to be able to be with someone when you don't have to prove anything, like at the moment. You don't have to prove that you're the most interesting person. You don't have to prove that you always have something to say. You don't have to prove anything. You can just enjoy each other's presence doing nothing, talking about things that will not add money to your bank account. You can go on vacations in your head if you want to. You can just talk about really random things. You can play X and O. You can play very simple games, and your love can still be beautiful. So don't think that there's something wrong with you or with your relationship if everything is not breaking and scattering. Do you like bills? Do you like scattered houses? Please get rid of the idea. It's actually pretty common. I didn't know how common this was in people's thoughts. Like a lot of people expect this kind of life. It it doesn't really work that way. If you want to build your own relationship, scattering things every time, it's okay. Just prepare your mind to be cleaning your house every time, or get a maid or a domestic help that can be cleaning the house every time. And prepare your bank accounts to be paying bills upon bills for all the things that you're going to damage. Okay? So, one big lie is that everything has to be hot and passionate 24/7. Enjoy the simple moments. Enjoy the moments where there's nothing, like there's nothing to prove, there's no Valentine, nothing special, nothing. Those moments are equally beautiful. They're equally beautiful. Another lie I see so much, and this one is particular to K-drama fans. I love K-drama. I mean, I'm particularly watching a series right now that just makes me laugh. So after a long day of work, I will just put on the series and laugh with K-drama. So, but one thing I've noticed is that there's usually a love triangle kind of story in K-drama. I don't even think it's just K-drama. In Hollywood, Nollywood, there's this love triangle thing always going on. And what really pains me about K-dramas love triangles is that somebody is always annoyingly naive in the story. It's either one person does not know this person likes her or likes him, so they are close to the person, doing best friend, but another one likes the guy. It's just a lot of confusion going on at the same time. And the way movies play out make it look, so cool, so cute. Oh, in real life, it's not as cute. It's drama. And it's the kind of drama that can give you heartache. Trust me. rebounds and love triangles are not as cool as it seems. I'm saying rebounds because sometimes in those love triangles, the original couple will now separate, and the guy will now realize that he always liked the girl that was his best friend. So the night after he breaks up with his girlfriend, he'll go and meet his best friend, and then they'll start a beautiful blossoming relationship together. It's not like that. It's not even healthy. Rebounds are not healthy at all. Why? Because even if being with someone else is a better idea or a better chance at a happy relationship for you, it is generally unhealthy to hop from one relationship to the other without healing, without taking your time to process what happened in this relationship. What could I have done better? What could I have avoided in this relationship? Is there some trauma I've built being in this relationship? How can I heal from it? Because if you don't go through all of that, you will go through the phase of putting someone else under punishment for what your ex did. And it's totally unfair. Many times we do not plan to rebound, but when we do not set careful boundaries, we will inevitably rebound in situations like that. I remember something I did a while ago. Like, I had left a relationship, and I had a couple of male friends at that time that were pretty close. And I told them straight up, I said, see, I'm in a very vulnerable, position right now because of this breakup. I mean, I'm getting better, I'm fine, but I know you're going to be here for me as a friend. I don't want to mistake your presence here in my life as a friend for something else. So please don't confuse me. And because we were friends, I didn't feel like this conversation was awkward. I had more than one male friend. And for the most part, they understood where I was coming from. All right. I didn't want to make the mistake of rebounding on someone that was just trying to be there for me. And anytime I noticed that, starting to catch feelings or look at this person longer than I should, I will just back off, because your feelings will betray you. You will start to feel things that you never thought you would feel, So it's very important that you establish boundaries, especially if you're in a relationship already. Your best friend, if that person is of the opposite sex, should know that there are clear boundaries. If you're with your partner, and that time should not, interfere, because how would you feel if your partner's best friend was always interfering in your relationship? It's not healthy and it's not fair. So there will be clear boundaries. Eliminate love triangles. If you know that your friend likes you, you know this person actually has feelings for you and claims to be your friend, why don't you have a conversation with that person and just set things straight? You don't want the confusion of the behind the scenes. It looks glamorous because there are lights, camera, action. In your life, it's not going to be a glamorous situation, I promise you. You don't want to be in that kind of situation. Another lie you get is, love is enough. If I love you, we can be poor, we can be starving, we can be this, we can be that. Don't imagine. Why are we poor and starving? Why can't we be happy and hardworking and have money? Why must we be poor and starving? Hi! I don't know why people like sufferhead. But another lie is that people think love is enough. And what do I mean by that statement? People feel like, as far as I have a deep emotional connection with this person, we can scale through mountains and we can conquer the world. It doesn't work like that. Love is not enough. Are you guys aware of what you're getting into in the relationship? Let's say one of you wants to live in Japan and the other person wants to live in Africa for the rest of their lives. Love is not exactly enough to keep that relationship going, because there is long distance in view if you guys continue to date. Are you guys willing to make compromises? If you take love as a decision and not a feeling, then it will be easier for you to make some of these tough calls. But love as a feeling is not enough. It's not enough that you feel strong emotions for this person, because emotions change. Emotions do change. Think about it. I mean, I'll be honest, there are times where I have liked people before I met my husband. There are times I've dated, my husband was not the first person I dated. And when I was in those situations where I had crushes on people or when I was with my ex, I genuinely really gave my all to those situations. My previous relationship, even my crushes, God knows I was a faithful crusher. And in those moments, it felt like those feelings, they will never die, they will never die. I will be with you till the end of time. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Anyway, those feelings felt like they would never die. But after I walked away from those relationships, the feelings pretty much died. And what keeps me going with my relationship with my husband and not housing the fear that our feelings would die is because we have more than feelings keeping our relationship and our marriage going. We have solid decisions, structures to keep our relationship going. One thing we do from time to time is ask ourselves questions like, how can I love you better? Is there something that I've been doing that you would like me to stop doing? Is there something that you would like me to do that I have not been doing? Things like that. We review how we resolve conflicts over time. Do we take too much time to resolve conflicts? Do we resolve conflicts well? Things like that. Are you happy? Can I make you happier? Things like that. So feelings are not enough, because what happens when you're upset with that person? What would be your disposition to that relationship? So love as a feeling is not enough to have a successful relationship. You need to put firm structures around it. And Hollywood will not tell you that. They will just paint beautiful, short scenes, and then boom, movie has finished, 1 hour. But your relationship with this person is not 1 hour. Neither is it a 20-hour season. You are planning to spend the rest of your life with this person, or at least a great part of your life with this person. So you want to be sure that you are making the best call per time. Another thing people lie to you about, and this one, they're like two sides of the coin, because on one hand, I understand the dangers of exposing your relationship to third party influence. And it's something a lot of people warn you about. Even before you get married, your parents will warn you, the court official will warn you, the pastor, everybody would advise you. But on the other end, people run to the other end and, make it look like third party influence is always a problem. Third party influence is not always a problem. How that third party influences your relationship is what can be the problem. And I'll give an example. In some videos ago, I shared a story of how when my husband and I were on long distance, he asked me a question on if we should try couples therapy. And in my head, I'm like, why is he mentioning therapy? Am I not good enough? Are we fighting? Because we're not fighting. I was just like, I was out of my mind. I was so worried. I'm like, is something wrong? Are you not happy? It's that one. And a few weeks after we started our premarital counseling, because we were engaged at the time, I started to realize that I had negative definitions of what therapy should be. A part of me felt like therapy should only be reserved for when you are in deepest, darkest phases of your life. And that is not a very good place to be. Therapy should just put you in the right frame of mind for whatever you're doing going forward. It's the same way in healthy work environments. From time to time, you guys go on work retreats, depending on kind of office you are. That kind of serves like therapy, because you're able to talk about things about work in some of the sessions before you go out and relax or something like that. So therapy in our case looks like getting proper counsel before going ahead to get married. Not the kind of counsel that was like if a threat to the relationship that, if you don't get this counsel, we would break off our engagement. Nothing like that. We've never been married before. So it just helped that we were going to speak to couples who had been married for a long time about our decision to get married. That was what it was going to be. Maybe his choice of words at that time, I didn't really understand or I didn't really follow, but it was helpful for us, because even the things that we learned in that period really, really helped us. We spoke to more than one couple. I spoke to about 4 couples plus, and then we ran this course called the marriage course. It's a very popular course, but it was so intense. Like, it was a very, very very good course. I would advise it for anybody that wants to get married. Is online, and it was really great. So we took the course, and some of the things we learned there greatly help our relationship even now. So third party influence is not always a bad thing. And another thing I'll point out, if you're going to have third party influence in your relationship to advise you, or you're at a crossroad and you need someone to, stand in between the both of you, I really, really advise that you choose an unbiased third party, right? Now, our parents love us. They really do. It's evidence, it's obvious. Every time I visit my in-laws, they take so great care of me. And same thing with my parents. Anytime my husband goes there, they pretty much just leave me alone and face my husband. The other day I went to visit my parents, and they welcome me like, oh, Chisom, how are you? How are you? And they were treating me like a guest. As my husband came, because we didn't come together that day, as my husband came into the house, I'm like, Chisom, serve your husband. What does he want? And I'm like, I was the guest before. You guys were serving me, asking me what I want to drink. But now, as your son-in-law has come, I'm not around. But anyway, that's what I prayed for. I pray that they will love my husband, so I'm not complaining. I'm not, mommy, I'm not complaining. Daddy, I'm not complaining. Anyway, so I know our parents love us, but your parents may not be the best first option for intervention in your relationship. Why? Because your parents love the both of you so much, but they could be biased to one of you in the situation. And you don't want a case where you have moved past what your partner did, but your parents still holds it in their mind. And they're not trying to hurt your relationship, right? They're just looking out for you. And being human, they are prone to errors that come with bias. So it's just advisable that when you're going to have a third party intervene in your relationship, it's a third party that is unbiased, a third party that is mature. I can't overemphasize how important it is, because you don't want somebody that will now turn your relationship to topic of discussion that, do you know what I have heard? Do you know what I have seen? These people that they look good, they are fighting like cat and rat. You don't want that kind of bad blood or bad vibe in your relationship. So it may help for you to pray. It will help for you to pray before you make that decision on who would be a third-party advisor of some sort in your relationship. And it's great that the two of you agree on who this person is. So if you pick someone that you're comfortable with, but your partner is also comfortable with, it defeats the whole purpose. So you guys should try and find middle ground, to meet this person for, except it's a case where your partner is having like a huge misunderstanding with you and you guys are not on talking terms, then seek somebody that genuinely loves the both of you, respects your partner enough to look for the best way possible to bring you guys together and not tear people apart. Except, of course, it's a toxic relationship that needs to be torn apart by the help of the Holy Ghost. But other things being equal, be careful about who you pick, and just might save your relationship. The last lie, is it really a lie? The last thing I'll talk about on this topic is the importance of attraction. I had planned to make this a separate YouTube video, but let's see. If you guys would like me to talk more about this in a separate YouTube video, just drop your questions in the comment section. And if there are several questions that I did not already address in this video, I would make a separate video sometime soon. The importance of attraction. On one end, the importance of attraction is pretty overemphasized in certain circles, because on TV, for the main characters, you only see like a set of people. They look a certain way. The guy is usually taller and the girl is usually shorter, and they're usually a certain body trim. Or it just like there's a sort of profiling that comes to how a couple should look like. And you're not an actor. You're a regular person. So those kind of displays of what attraction should look like could be misleading, especially when you don't look like the actors on TV, right? The fact that you don't look like people on TV doesn't mean you don't look great. Trust me. If it's a case where you're probably overeating and you need to watch out for your cholesterol levels and just better take care of your health, that's different. But that you are great health wise, you're eating well, you're exercising, you're healthy, but because you don't look a certain way, you want to beat yourself down, or you want to slim down so as to date a person is not a good place to be. Don't do it. On the other hand, I find that especially in Christian circles, people tend to downplay the importance of attraction. They're like, attraction is not everything. This one, that one, that one, that one, that one. I understand. Trust me, I do. I know that attraction will not raise our children. I know that I'm not trying to pick a supermodel and all of that. It's really important because some people, if you see their spec list, you wonder if they are trying to build an AI. Because I don't know where you want to find this kind of person. Well, okay. And it's doubly funny when the person you're trying to find will most likely not be looking for you. Let me give an example. Maybe you want somebody that is a fitness junkie, or you don't even want to raise a dumbbell. That person would most likely look for a fitness junkie like herself or like himself. So try and be your spec, get me? But back to the matter I'm trying to explain. Don't downplay the importance of attraction. There's something I like to say. When you're looking for your partner, you're not trying to look for an associate pastor or somebody to run your business with you. It's nice if your partner gets to do those things with you, but you're looking for someone that you can spend the rest of your life with, different from the way you spend your life with other people in your life. The way you spend your life with your partner is obviously different from the way you spend your life with your best friend or with your father or with your mother or with your brother, your siblings. One thing really separates all those relationships: romance, sex in marriage, and all the nice things that surround that. Being with someone you're attracted to, it just makes everything easier because character will not keep you warm at night. I mean, character is great. Trust me, character is super great. But if you pick a person just because they are nice or just because they have great character, you don't have any modicum of attraction towards this person, you're punishing that person and you're punishing yourself. Because at some point, you are starting to mentally settle for that person, and no one wants to feel that way. I know they may promise you heaven and earth and say, oh, I don't mind. But it's not fair that you are picking someone like a second option, right? Now, in some cases, attraction grows. I'll share a personal example. So before my husband, other people that I liked, I saw them as great people. Oh, you're great. You look good physically. You have all the qualities I like. But most of the time with all those people, the attraction was not instant. I'm like, oh, he's fine. But like, that my heart would be beating. I didn't feel it at the beginning. But as the conversations progressed, as we spent more time together, and decided to grow on me, and the attraction set in. So I thought that that's how I would always be, But when it came to my husband, it was just really different because everything set in pretty much at the same time. I was attracted to him first before I started spending time with him. And that was a whole different experience for me. So trust me, I've been on both sides of the spectrum. One where I started, liking people that I was not exactly attracted to, and it was confusing to explain because I like this person. I think they're great. I think we would have a great relationship together. But butterflies are not in my stomach. I don't feel any physical gym towards you, And for me, I just found that getting to spend more time with those people, the attraction grew on me. But it was different for me and my husband. So you may be in that kind of situation, maybe my previous situation or the situation of my husband and I. But the balance to it is, let attraction not be your leading factor. Apart from attraction, let other more important factors come to play, right? And when other factors are set, but you're still not attracted to this person, you may want to seek counsel. You may want to explore, just taking things a bit slow. Maybe it's your hormones. Maybe you're just not in that headspace to look at that person romantically. Maybe you just need to talk to someone else and just walk through those emotions you're feeling. But trust me, you can have a great relationship. You can have a relationship that glorifies God and a relationship that you would enjoy. Don't accept the lies that marriages do not work. Marriages work, and the grass is green where it is watered. Marriages work. Marriages are God's idea. And if you would apply the principles of relationship and you trust God in the process, I believe your marriage can work too. That's what I hold fast and believe for my own relationship. And I started believing this before I got married because I was surrounded by so much negativity, so many people saying so many things about the institution of marriage. But I dare to believe that if God instituted this marriage thing, it can work for me. That's what I chose to believe. And I believe that every single day I wake up choosing my husband, every single day choosing to play my part to make my relationship work. And I thank the Lord for the partner I have because he does the same thing. And then we meet right there in the middle. So even if we have like seasons of difficulties to walk through, the fact that we are both willing makes the journey easier. I really hope that you've enjoyed this, I almost said relationship, you've enjoyed this video so far. I want you to give this video a thumbs up if you did. I want you to leave a comment if you have questions. If you have comments, tell me the lie that shocked you the most or the points that resonated with you the most. If you have not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're not fighting. I'm not fighting you. You're not fighting me. Let's not fight. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the notification bell so you get a notification the very next time I put up a video. So till then, bye.